The FBI's mission is to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution. But to carry out that mission, we're entrusted with a lot of authority. So our actions are subject to close oversight from the courts, from our elected leaders, and from independent entities like the Inspector General. And that's how it should be. That kind of examination, that kind of oversight makes the FBI stronger as an organization and makes the public more safe. With that in mind, let me briefly address the findings in the Inspector General's report. I take this report very seriously, and we accept its findings and recommendations. It's also important, though, to note what the Inspector General did not find. This report did not find any evidence of political bias or improper considerations actually impacting the investigation under review. The report does identify errors of judgment, violations of or even disregard for policy, and decisions that, at the very least, with the benefit of hindsight, were not the best choices. We've already started taking the necessary steps to address those issues. First, we're going to hold employees accountable for any potential misconduct. We've already referred conduct highlighted in the report to our disciplinary arm, OPR, which is the FBI's independent Office of Professional Responsibility. We need to hold ourselves accountable for the choices we make and the work we do. We're doing that fairly but without delay in the way that people should expect. We're going to adhere to the appropriate disciplinary process, and once that process is complete, we won't hesitate to hold people accountable for their actions. Second, we're going to make sure that every FBI employee understands the lessons of this report. Because change starts at the top, starts with me, we're going to require all of our senior executives from all around the world to convene for in-depth training specifically focused on learning the lessons that we should learn from this report. Then we're going to train every single FBI employee, both new hires and veterans alike, on what went wrong so these mistakes will never be repeated. Third, we're going to make sure that we have the policies, the procedures, and the training that are needed for everyone to understand and remember what is expected of all of us. That includes drilling home the importance of objectivity, of avoiding even the appearance of personal conflicts or political bias in our work, ensuring that recusals are handled correctly and effectively and communicated to all the right people, making all of our employees fully aware of our new policy on media contacts, which I issued last November, and making painfully clear that we will not tolerate noncompliance. Ensuring that we follow all DOJ policies on public statements about uncharged conduct or ongoing investigations, and ensuring that our employees adhere strictly to all policies and procedures about the use of FBI systems, networks, and devices. I've also directed our Associate Deputy Director to lead a review of how the FBI handles sensitive investigations and to make recommendations on how those should be staffed, structured, and supervised in the future so that every sensitive investigation is conducted to the FBI's highest standards. We're going to continue also to work with the department to gauge our progress in each of these areas. The OIG report makes clear that we've got some work to do. But let's also be clear on the scope of this report. It's focused on a specific set of events back in 2016 and a small number of FBI employees connected to those events. Nothing in this report impugns the integrity of our workforce as a whole or the FBI as an institution. As I said earlier, fair and independent scrutiny is welcome, and appropriate accountability is crucial. We're going to learn from this report, and we're going to be better and stronger as a result. But I also want to be crystal clear about the FBI that I get to see. In the past 10 months, I've been able to visit over 30 of our FBI field offices around the country and a whole bunch of our LEGAD offices overseas. I've visited with folks from every FBI division at headquarters, and in office after office, meeting after meeting, I see extraordinary people doing extraordinary work. Again and again, I hear remarkable stories, frankly, inspiring stories about the work the men and women of the FBI are doing to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution. Just in the past several months, we've disrupted terrorist attacks in places ranging from the Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco to a crowded shopping mall in Miami. In March, we charged a ring of Iranian state-sponsored hackers with stealing terabytes of data from scores of American companies, universities, and government agencies. In Austin, we deployed more than 600 of our people to assist in the investigation of the package bombings down there. This year alone, we've rescued 1,305 kids from child predators, some of them as young as 7 months old. We've arrested more than 4,600 gang members, violent gang members, in just the past several months. Our FBI lab has closed thousands of cases through fingerprint analysis and DNA analysis. And our hostage rescue team has deployed something like 27 different times on missions around the country. I could go on and on. The FBI's men and women are doing all that work with the unfailing fidelity to the Constitution and the laws that it demands, the bravery that it calls for, and the integrity that the American people rightly expect. As FBI director, I'm laser focused on ensuring that our folks get to continue that great work and do it with the fidelity and bravery and integrity that we've always had. As I've been saying since as far back as my confirmation hearing, I'm a huge believer in the importance of process, of doing this job by the book in every respect, and I expect all our employees to do the same. I've tried to emphasize that at every opportunity. In my view, the FBI's brand over the past 110 years is based less on all of our many, many successes than it is on the way in which we've earned those successes. Following our rules, following the law, following our guidelines, staying faithful to our core values and our best traditions, trying to make sure we're doing the right thing, but to doing it in the right way, treating everybody with respect, and following the facts independently and objectively, no matter who likes it. That is the best way. That, in my view, is the only way to maintain trust and credibility with the people we serve. I appreciate this chance to respond to the IG's report, and I would also refer you for more detail in our written response that's attached at the end of the Inspector General's report.